some of the things that you need to do and find out before you start in relation to your venue, time of day, equipment, and so on. Think about your timing. How long will my presentation go for? It is vital to keep to a schedule. Start on time and finish on time. If you finish a little earlier, you can spend more time on questions and answers. If you notice that you're running over time and you still have a lot to cover, don't leave things out that you said that you would cover, as the participants are going to feel as if they were ripped off. Instead, move on a little bit more quickly and don't get too wrapped up in the details. Make sure you also stick to the break times as you stated in the beginning. Don't inconvenience your participants by running overtime, but also don't finish too early, leaving your participants disappointed and dissatisfied and feeling that they didn't get value out of their presentation. The next thing you will need to consider is the time of day that you're going to be delivering your presentation. If possible, try to do your presentations first thing in the morning when everyone is fresh and ready to start the day. If your presentation is at 2 p.m. or straight after lunch, you may find your audience a little bit sluggish, as there can be a slump in the energy levels straight after lunch. To maintain interest at this time of the day, don't just talk at them. Use visual aids, props, demonstrations and activities, and anything designed to keep the participants active. A presentation or speech given at 6 p.m. may also have the same effect, as the participants might be tired after a full day at work. Make sure you have some interesting content. Liven it up. Keep it light and try to use as much humour as possible to keep the audience interested. What about the venue? The type of environment you're going to be presenting in is also important. Now, things that you will need to know in advance are the size. Is it a theatre, a lecture room, a boardroom, or a training room? The seating arrangements. Are the seats in rows, around a table, or in a U shape? The size of the room and the seating arrangements will determine the type and the style of presentation that you're going to give. Your style will more than likely be a stand-up formal style in a lecture theatre or at a large venue, where the seating is arranged in rows. In a boardroom or around a table, it may be formal or informal, or you could switch from one to the other. Whereas a training session is best if the tables are arranged in a U shape. Your audibility. You need to make sure that everyone in the audience can hear you and understand you. If you have more than 40 people in the audience, make sure that you arrange a microphone. Your visual aids. These may include PowerPoints, flip charts, whiteboards, music, videos and props. The equipment. There are some things that you will need to remember if you are using equipment. It is important to make sure that you test all of the equipment before you start and make sure that it's all in working order. Also, make sure that you know how to use all the equipment, especially if it's not yours, and have a backup plan in case something fails to work on the day. Demonstrations and props. Think about whether you might need to do demonstrations or use props. Demonstrations are great if you need to demonstrate how products work, such as cosmetics, cleaning products, chemicals, and so on. Or if you need to demonstrate how particular software works. Or if you want to demonstrate how hardware works, such as computers, tools, equipment, even furniture. Or you can use props to show physical examples of something that you may be talking about. Props can also help to add interest to your talk. Now, in exercise 2, I want you to have a think about the best seating arrangements for a training session. Number 2, what is the maximum number of audience members in a room before you need a microphone for good audibility? Number 3, why would you do demonstrations during a presentation, talk or seminar? Number 4, what would be an appropriate way to dress if you were giving a talk or a training session on, let's say, OH&S in the workplace to builders on a building site? Number 5, why is it important to check all the equipment beforehand?